All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about the Detroit Lions in tonight's video because what better way to forget about my Green Bay Packers disgusting loss just now against the Philadelphia Eagles than talk about a team that is currently on their bye week because you went 15-2. You have a historic offense, very little flaws. And no matter who you play, whether it's Tampa, whether it's Minnesota, we all know this Lions team is unbelievably legit. Historic season offensively. So I want to talk about the defense, but first, let me glaze your offense. All right. Franchise records for total net yards 6,962. That is a Madden record, or Madden stat line, I should say. Points at 562, touchdowns at 70, and point differential at plus 222. David Montgomery apparently is going to be back and ready to go for the divisional round. I have absolutely zero concerns, zero worries, zero stresses about the Detroit Lions offense. Now, the reason I'm making this video is, first off, like I said, my Packers lost, and I am relatively melancholic. But I was reading an article because I'm watching the Bucs game right now, and I saw an article on Bleacher Report, and they were doing one weakness that will keep every NFL playoff team out of the Super Bowl. And the Detroit Lions, their answer was poor pass defense. And when you look at statistics, here's what they would tell you. The Lions were the 7th best scoring defense in the NFL, allowing only 20.1 points per game. Now, when you're also the number 1 scoring offense, putting up over 33 points per game, 20 is an unbelievably easy number to surpass, right? Like, that's a really good statistic. All these injuries on defense, and they're still the 7th best scoring defense. But folks, I'm rambling on. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content on this channel. If we could try and get this one to 250 likes, folks, that would mean the absolute world to me. Now, here's where things get interesting. They're also the 5th best rush defense, and we're going to talk about that later on in the video. They're 23rd in sacks at only 37, and like that article said, the weakness the Lions have would be their pass defense, where they rank 30th, giving up 244 offensive passing yards per game. Now, Sterling Z wrote a really nice article for Pro Football Network last week after your win against the Minnesota Vikings, and he said this quote. I'll just ramble through this quote. Defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn authored a masterpiece game plan selling out to harass Sam Darnold. Detroit played cover 0 on a season-high 17.7% of opponent dropbacks, more than triple their season average of 5.1. The result, a season-high 75.6% pass defense success rate. Unbelievable given the injuries to obviously guys like Carlton Davis. Like, we know Aleem McNeil, you know Aiden Hutchinson, but Carlton Davis, etc., etc. The Lions have been stout against the run all season, 5th in the league at just 98.4 yards per game. But if Glenn's aggressive philosophy backfires, a secondary that surrendered the 3rd most passing yards per game this year could be in trouble. And statistics, if we're basing this off statistics, I would agree. On the contrary, the Lions defense has always stepped up when they needed to step up. Yeah, I don't know why, but the Texans game came to my mind right away. When your quarterback throws 5 interceptions in a game, right, and it's not Madden, and you just quit the game, turn off the PS4, or now it's PS5, turn off the PS5, and let's just redo that game. When your quarterback throws 5 picks in the game and you win it, eyeball should be on you. But my point is, the Lions defense just pulls up when they have to. All right. And you saw Amik Robertson. We did a film study on him against Minnesota because also guys just step up. But the Detroit Lions opponent 3rd down conversion percentage against this Lions defense is 32.4%. Now, that 32.4% rate on 3rd down was the lowest in the National Football League this season. It was ahead of Pittsburgh, number 2 at 35.3, Philadelphia 35.5%, and then Minnesota at 35.6%. Detroit's defense was also number 2 in the NFL in 4th down percentage at 41.4%. Now, this is a huge step up because in Aaron Glenn's first 3 years of the Lions defense coordinator job, the defenses have ranked 31st, 28th, and 23rd in points allowed. So once again, like I said a couple of minutes ago, the Lions are only giving up 20.1 points per game this season, which is 7th in the NFL. At one point, a couple of weeks ago, this Lions defense had 17 dudes on injured reserve. The defense, not the team, not the whole team through the course of a 17-game regular season, 18 weeks. At one point, specifically, the defense had 17 dudes on IR. And including that group, 6 of them were starters and the rest were just key, depth reserve guys. But they're still 7th in points allowed. And the only game I can think of where the pass defense, mainly the defense in general, didn't do what I needed them to do would be in that Buffalo Bills loss. All right. Now, on the flip side of that Buffalo Bills loss, another really good thing, like I said a couple of minutes ago, once again, the Lions do a really good job of, and they have for like 3 years now, I guess more like 2 full seasons, is their rush defense. They're giving up 98.4 rushing yards per game. That's 5th in the NFL. And I'm watching today guys like Saquon Barkley run all over my defense. I'm watching Derrick Henry run all over the Steelers defense. I'm watching all these really good running backs because the old adage in the NFL is if you can control the trenches offensively and defensively, you can win football games. Now, the Lions were one of only 7 teams this year to allow an average less than 100 yards per game. The others, Baltimore at 80.1, which is crazy, Minnesota at 93.4, Denver at 96.4, Tampa at 97.8, Pittsburgh at pretty much the same, and Green Bay at 99.4. Detroit Lions defense has allowed less than 100 rushing yards in 11 games this season. 11 games. That's a pretty impressive, crazy statistic given all these dudes on the IR. And we could, I say this all the time in my Lions videos. I mean, folks, we could literally make like a whole video. We can make like a 30-minute video on all the defensive injuries this Detroit Lions team has sustained. But on a week-to-week basis, dudes just step up. And I don't know why, once again, Josh Pascal just kind of comes to mind. He just kind of comes to my mind right now due to most people have no idea of, obviously, unless you're a Detroit Lions fan, that just step up when they need to step up. Kirby Joseph is having an insane season. Amik Robertson just had a phenomenal game. Alex Anzalone just returned, also had a phenomenal game. In his return, Brian Branch, Smith, Zadarius Smith, Jack Campbell's sophomore campaign's been phenomenal. Melifonu's back and healthy now. You still got Terrion Arnold, Levi and Muzurike, DJ Reader, Muhammad, Jalen Reeves-Maybin's also back and healthy. My point just is, I get it statistically, the Lions' pass defense is not good by any stat. They're 30th in the NFL. But at no point other than the Bills game have I really been worried about the pass defense. All right, that's it. Kind of a ramble video. I got to go watch this Buccaneers second half game. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. But folks, give me your thoughts on this Detroit Lions defense at this current point down below, and we'll see you in a day or two. Peace.